We've just been talking to a chicken flirter. We've just been talking to a chicken flirter.
Very famous, and Sam Newman. Welcome, Sam. I've got some sad news first up for you. We haven't got the man that you labelled you idiot here today, Kevy Walters, but we've got a substitute, an able one in Shirley Strachan for you to joust with.
How are you, Sammy?
How are you, Shirl? And thank you very much, Bummer. Bummer? Bomber. Sorry, Bomber. Yeah, Bomber.
Hey, Sam, I suppose we should clear this straight up, mate. Your big win in the Pro-Am down there at the Portsea, Pro-Am at Portsea at Christmas, you won it in the amateur section. A big highlight in your football career, was it?
You haven't been on the sherry early, have you? The hell are you talking about? No, I had a reasonable luck down there this year, Shirl, in
But how'd you go in the golf, mate?
He won it. He won it. He's a bloody good golfer. I have to say that.
Oh, good sucking up.
No, I wouldn't have gone with the word golfer. Hurricane conditions there were, and blew all the balls that strayed off the fairway back into the middle, Shirl. You know how it is.
Yeah, ball strain to the left, I can understand.
Could I
mate, are you up with what's happening with the Bears up here in Brizzy?
Oh, look, we have mail coming out of our ear holes down here about the Bears. Look, we haven't stopped talking about the Bears, I think, since the close of play last year.
Okay,
what the hell is happening with them?
Hey, just to update you a little bit, Alistair Lynch has had a virus for 4 months. They've just discovered what it is.
Oh, no.
He has acute sinusitis. He's on antibiotics, and hopefully that'll solve the problem. If not, he has the operation up the nose and all that kind of stuff, which ain't pleasant.
Put a hose up the nose. How's that go? He hasn't got acute angina.
No, he's gone.
I'm told he hasn't.
That's over, that one.
You're up with Craig Lambert, mate. He's got a fractured fibia, so he's out of action till the Hawks game. Hopefully he reckons he'll be back for the Hawks one for the first round. So there's a few injuries, and not a good start in the practice match last week, mate. We lost to Mount Cravat.
Mount what?
Mount Cravat.
Mount Cravat?
Yeah, it's not a good start, mate. It wasn't a good game to play.
You're putting me on.
Mate, the new boys are settling in. Ross Lyon, Andy Gowers, Corrigan and stuff. Merritt didn't play. He's obviously on that last year we was just cruising, so he's taking a bit of a rest. But they have to get used to the heat, but early days.
Sam, Gary Belcher, how you going?
Gary.
I want to know what's...
Very, very pleasant to speak to you again this year.
You too. I want to know what is happening in AFL because we just don't get anything up here. It's a bit boring for us, really. What's going on down there?
Well, we've been into the season, seems like we've been going 6 months. I think the form horses at the minute are certainly Carlton and Collingwood, who have lost ingloriously in their opening answer round of engagements. And, of course, Carlton, I don't know what in the hell's happening with Carlton. They're just staggering, of course, but couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of blokes. And along with Collingwood, this has been worrying me all night. I'm sorry about this. I don't even know he's on the show this year, is he? Who is that?
That's the idiot. That's Kevy.
That's
Kev. Is he still with us?
Yeah, but he's in Auckland getting ready to play the Warriors tomorrow night.
That photo was actually taken at the Gay Mardi Gras last week.
I was just going to say that a band of gay muggers actually accosted Kevin there, threw him to the ground, and for 3 hours they did his hair. Could you tell me, is he not the bubble boy, is he, in those new gay swap cards that you got going up there? What the hell's he wearing? That is shocking, isn't it?
Sam, it's Mario Fenech here, mate. I'm one of the new boys on the panel, and I must say I'm thrilled to meet you, mate. Don't know too much about Ozzie Roolz, but I've done a bit of homework on you. You're a famous Geelong ruckman, and I hear you used to wear white boots, mate. You must have been able to play with the white boots.
That's right. Don't let the boots fool you, son. I could, well, I was actually trying to discover my sexuality for a long time in my career, and actually saw Shirl and Kevin up at the Gay Mardi Gras. What an event that was.
Well, Sam, what I've heard is that you're a woman in a man's body.
No, you heard he was a cat.
Working beautifully early, boys.
Sam, on a serious note, it's Tony Durkin. There's been...
Tony Durkin.
Sam, we've had some problems. The Rugby League has had a few problems with an advertisement for Nike, where Laurie Daly, the incumbent, or the next Australian captain, has said he'd almost go into a coma to play it, and Paul Harrigan, the big tough front row forward, has said that he's had a hamstring that snapped in half. I know one of the prominent Ozzie Roolz players in that ad too. Has there been much feedback in your state?
Oh, yes, Tony. A lot of feedback. Wayne Carey came out and said that he had received multiple fractures and brain damage and everything, and didn't he love playing the game, and invited everyone else to join him in this tremendous game of Australian rules football. And the natives have cut up restless down here, I'll be honest, but of course, hasn't it worked out beautifully for Nike? Because they have achieved exactly what they set out to achieve, have everyone talking about a very controversial advertisement.
So we shouldn't talk about it then and give them a free plug.
Well, they've been talking about it down here for a fortnight, and of course they can't can't wipe the grins off their gobs, the people down at Nike, because they're very excited about it. And we're very excited. Is this true that you've got 4 new sides joining your competition up there? The Western Reds, the Crushers, the Cowboys, and the New Zealand Warriors?
Yeah, well, Mario's captain of the Crushers.
Mario, I've got a picture of you here, Mario. I haven't met you.
Listen, mate,
you, mate?
I'm married with 1 kid, so...
Pardon?
I wasn't at the game Mardi Gras, I promise you.
Good God, look at that. And you're the captain of the Crushers, are you, Mario?
Sam, we're going to have to leave it there. We're getting a bit below the belt, so we'll leave it there for this week. We'll catch up with you again next week. From all of us here at the Footy Show, thanks for joining us. We'll take a break and be back shortly.
We continue our preview for the biggest weekend of league ever, next on The Footy Show.